Hello, and as promised in the My Favourite Medic Gun video, here is the My Favourite Assault Gun video. And it's actually two guns, because there are two completely different styles of gun within the assault class. So you've got the SMGs and you've got the shotguns. So I'm going to tell you which version is my favourite for each. And I'm going to start off with my favourite SMG, which as you can see on the screen is the MP18 Trench. So this is the very basic SMG that you start with, and in my opinion it's probably the best all-rounder. Now we will get on to the Hellrigger, but unfortunately that's a rank 10 assault gun. So most people aren't going to have that or have access to it, so the only two I'm taking account of at the start of this is the MP18 and the Automatico. So why the MP18 over the Automatico? The Automatico has got a higher rate of fire. Unfortunately, it's got a horrendous damage drop off. It starts off doing 23 damage, so that's a 5-shot kill. But when you get to 12 meters, it's a 6-shot kill. When you get to 24 meters, it's a 7-shot kill. When you get to 30 meters, it's an 8-shot kill. And when you get to 36 meters, it's a 9-shot kill. It's only doing 12 damage. Now if you compare that to the MP18, MP18 is also doing 23 damage at start, so it's a 5-shot kill. But it doesn't drop off to a 6-shot kill until 23 meters. Then at 30 meters it's a 7-shot kill, then at 36 meters it's an 8-shot kill, and it ends up doing 13.5 damage. So once you get past 12 meters, the MP18 is actually one bullet less to kill than the Automatico. Now if you can hit with every shot with the Automatico, that doesn't really matter so much because it's firing faster. Unfortunately the Automatico is a lot less accurate than the MP18, and that's down to the fact that its side to side recoil, even though it's all balanced in Battlefield 1, is higher than that of the MP18. The Automatico has 0.44 up and 0.4 left and 0.4 right. The MP18 has 0.36 up, 0.2 left and 0.2 right. The only other differences really in accuracy are that the MP18 has a slightly lower first shot recoil multiplier and a slightly lower first shot spread multiplier. But in terms of recoil and aim down sight recoil and all that kind of stuff, the MP18 and the Automatico are actually identical. So what you've got to base on is the Automatico does a lot of damage close up, but the MP18 is the better all-rounder. It won't keep up with the Automatico at point blank ranges, but anything over 12 meters, and the MP18 is just frankly better because it's more accurate and it takes one less bullet to kill. So why do I like the MP18 Trench over the optical and the experimental? The experimental is fun to use because it's burst fire, but what I really don't like about the optical and the experimental is the sights. I don't like those tall ring sights. I much prefer using the MP18 with the iron sights. In fact, I've got the bullhorn, I think they're called. Those are my favourite sights because they're much easier to use at close ranges, and the optical just isn't as good at hip firing. It's better aim down sights, but it's not as good at hip firing. And a lot of the times when you're using the MP18, you're getting up close and you end up having to hip fire. You're not going to be using the MP18 at range, so I'll accept the slightly worse aim down sight accuracy for slightly better hip fire accuracy. But of course, as soon as I get to assault rank 10, that's going to change and I'm going to be using the Hellrigger. Now the only time I've used this gun is when I've picked it up off somebody's body, but this thing is just the god of SMGs. Its recoil is really good, its range is really good, it's just a lot of fun to use. It's got a 60 round drum magazine and it's got 120 shots in total, but I really like this gun. Even from the limited experience I have of it, when you look at all the reviews and all the stats of the assault guns, the Hellrigger is just better than anything in the game for the assault class. As you can see here, I'm taking a guy out at range, spraying bullets at him, and there's no problem at all. There's very little recoil. Now I'm not used to this gun, so my accuracy isn't great, but what I would say is, why is the level 10 gun just so much better than the other SMGs? The other rank 10 guns are quirky, but not necessarily better. They're just different. But the Hellrigger is just better in all senses. Right, so that brings us on to the shotguns. and there's one clear winner in the shotgun category, and that's the A10 Hunter. It's better than all the others. It's as simple as that. If you compare it to the trench gun, it's got one extra shot, it's got slightly less left and right recoil, it's got slightly less spread, but it's firing 20 pellets instead of 14. They both do the same damage per pellet, which is 8.4 dropping down to 4.2, but of course the A10 Hunter has 6 more pellets, so its maximum damage is actually higher. Even though the Synthico stats will say their damage is the same, the damage per pellet is the same, but the number of pellets in the A10 Hunter is higher, so therefore it does more damage than the trench. If you're useless with shotguns like I am, then the automatic might be better, but the trench still does a lot more damage than the automatic. And if you take the Hunter variant, you can actually hit people at range. It's not great at range, but you can actually hit them. If in a panic you need to take somebody out at range, you can at least give it a try. So those are my two favourite assault guns, the MP18 Trench and the A10 Hunter. They're both good at the close range that the assault needs to work at, but they're also both pretty good if you're trying to get into range. So if you're at close medium range, you can still use them. It's not what they're designed for, but you can often keep somebody's head down while you get closer. Right, so that just leaves us with my favourite scout gun, and we'll cover that next. Thanks for watching.